Everybody out there, I'm Tony Harvin of the Tony Harvin Network. I greet everybody upon this evening. It's a Friday night, and we here relaxing in general. Shout out to everybody out there who's going to join us live now in the middle, and those who want to catch it when it uploads to YouTube. Y'all know my disclaimer. I'm not a pastor preacher. I don't hold any type of office in the church. So please do not lay claims of those titles on me. We're not here to violate any guideline, any type of copyright infringement, or anything at all. I know a lot of people was watching the fight tonight, whatever the case may be. So we get here and talk about that tonight. We had a topic on child bullying, but we're gonna push that for tomorrow. The fights are on right now. I'm actually watching it for free, whatever the case may be. I can't give you all the jewels on that. I can't give you the jewels on that one. You know what I mean? I know some people gonna come in here. Why you can't play the fight? Copyrights. That's why. Let them know. Copyrights. I can't play the fight. Next thing you know, I have a letter in the mail. Tony Harvin, you're being sued. Huh? You know what I mean? No. We having live commentary, conversation about sports, boxing, whatever the case may be. Again, the video cannot be played. Copyrights. Unless you got a couple $1,000,000 for me. If I get jammed up, just having commentary, that's it. Right? What's up to everybody out there? What's up to TNT? Shout out to you to go play. TNT actually refreshed my memory on this one. Appreciate that. What's up to Jonah? What's up to, what is that? Susqueak? What's up to Laura, Michelle, Cato, Jonah, Roxanne, Flemings? You said just let you know who win. Well, it's just an exhibition. I mean, just a sparring match. That's all it is. You know what I mean? If you ever been boxing before in the gym, that's all it is. It's a sparring match. Business. You know what I mean? Okay, we could have this fight. You get 40 million, I get 20 million. Yeah. It's business. You know what I mean? What up to G Money? Shout out to you. Hope all is well. The scripture has said, you says, hoping Mike Tyson can beat Jake Paul. Me personally, I think it's a money grab. Right now, it's a fight on. Mario Barrios and Ramos right now. I think it's like one more fight after this. And then the main event is coming on. You know what I mean? And this fight right now with Barrios, like he gonna take it or whatever the case may be. But of course, everybody's anticipating Mike Tyson, 58 years of age, 58 years old. 58 years old and still fighting. What do y'all think about that? What do y'all think about Mike Tyson coming back to fight? Well, sparring match, whatever the case may be. What do y'all think about that? A 58-year-old man, a grandfather, a papa, you understand, should be in the house, you know, rocking the grandbabies to sleep while the parents out on vacation, boo loving. What do y'all think about that? Let me know. All right? What's up to C. Kelly? Shout out to you. What's up to Straight Facts? Delroy. Hope all is well. You can't even play the audio. I got the audio on my headset. Just to be clear. No copyrights. You know what I mean? Jonathan says, nobody told Ivan Drago it was an exhibition. Man, get out of here. That was a movie. You understand? Although Carl Weathers died in real life, but that part was a movie. You know? Don't take what's in a movie into reality. Relax. What's up to Erica Price? Shout out to you. Fleming says, age, they say, is just a number. Absolutely. Of course, it depends how you take care of your body, how you take care of yourself in general. You know what I mean? What's up to Kay Wiggins? Wow. What kind of question was that? You showing the fight. And I'm pretty sure you done scrolled through YouTube playing the fight. As you can see, nobody's playing the fight. They having commentary. Again, copyrights. You ain't gonna see no YouTuber playing this. Only YouTuber you may see is Jake Paul, which is under MVP YouTube channel. He might not even play it. All right? Hey, Jonathan, man, come on now. Come on now. Erica Price says, I think he's going to win Tyson. Hey, it's business. Whatever's good for the business later on, and that's good that Tyson, he got his mind right. You know what I mean? All the situations he had with the IRS and things like that, he's getting about $20 million this fight. And hopefully, he got intelligence now upon what to do with his money versus before. G Money says this is a toss-up. The young versus the old. The endurance of the young most likely will prevail. As bad as I would like to see Tyson to come out on top, the odds are not in his favor. Glock 29. You say your money is on Mike. Henry Ross said Tyson's going to win. Jake talks too much his mouth. Erica said he's in shape. SN said today is my daughter Tissa's birthday. Please send her a birthday wish. Well, we don't do wishes. You know what I mean? But if that is true, happy birthday to her. We don't do birthday wishes. Blessings. You understand? All right? TNT says 31 years older. You said Tyson better knock old boy out quick. Knockout says, I am thankful to have seen boxing when it was legit. I agree. I agree with that. When it was legit. I agree. But now, listen, I don't knock Jake Paul. If you can make $40 million off of this, a sparring match, hey man, it's business. You know what I mean? It's business. But days back then when Tyson was fighting Douglas and, you know what I mean? That's when boxing was boxing. Now it's entertainment. You know what I mean? People pick and choose who they want to fight. I think like Mayweather, towards his end, I think he was picking people like, Andre Berto. Come on, man. Nobody want to see that, really. What's up to Art of War? Shout out to you. What's up to Alexandria? Hope all is well. Nicole Martin, what up? You says, do you think Mike Tyson will win? The last time he fought, he bit someone's ear off. So hopefully that won't happen this time. Oh, wow. 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 Let's see what Mike Tyson last fight. Let's go to Box Rec. I think he lost his last fight too, if I'm not mistaken. I think Mike lost his last fight. What happened to Box Rec? It ain't popping up. Here we go. All right, Mike is 50-6. He lost to Kevin McBride. Then he lost to Danny Williams. Wow, his last win was against Clifford. Wow. I don't know about Mike tonight. We'll see. All right, Jeffrey. He says, hello, mate. He says, God bless you always, and you have a blessed one. You too. Henry Ross said, Jake Paul was on Disney, and now he's fighting Tyson. Well, Mr. Lopez says, I got Tyson second round knockout. Yo, John said last time he fought was Roy Jones, right? Well, that was an exhibition. That don't count on the boxing record. You know what I mean? So his last professional fight was with Kevin McBride. Anything that's an exhibition do not go on your boxing professional record. It's just a sparring match. That's all it is. You know what I mean? So if anybody's got a boxing gym close to them or whatever the case may be, and you see people sparring in there, this is basically all that is. All right? You said, so you're doing 2 lives, doing 2 topics in 1 live. What are you talking about? This is 1 live. That's it. This is 1 live right here. All right? Is the fight going to be on Prime or Netflix? Well, they got it on Netflix. What up to Christopher Span? Jose says Mike Tyson might be washed up. Well, it's possible. The scripture have said that my dad said Hearns versus Hagler was a great fight. He remembers seeing. Did you ever see that matchup? I saw bits and pieces. You know, I watched the Marvin Hagler documentary. You know what I mean? I watched that. I watched the fight with Hearns and Mark Medell. You know, Mark Medell from Jersey City, New Jersey, former police officer. I watched that fight. You know, but the Hearns and Hagler fight, from the highlights and the little bits and pieces, yes. All right, Luna, what up? Nicole Martin said he fought a man named Holyfield and bit his ear off. Tony, oh, you said his last fight. That's what I was going by. You said his last fight. You know what I mean? So Mike and Evander Holyfield, I believe they fought in the amateurs. You know what I mean? So I don't know why Mike acted like that, but you know they got it, you know, rectified, and it was on Ofra one time. All right. Xavier says, who you got? Well, really nobody's, because both of them the winners. You know what I mean? It's a business. Even if Mike get knocked out, they don't care. It's a $20 million check. You understand? Who wouldn't take $20 million for an 8-rounder, 2 minutes? Who wouldn't? What is that, 16 minutes in total? Minus the breaks? $20 million for 16 minutes of sparring. Even some of y'all on here who can't fight worth the lick would do it. You understand? You know? You'll be tired in 15 seconds, but you'll keep pushing. All right? G Money says you can't put it past the fact that this is most likely a fixed fight. Boxing is like the WWF. Who will be Hulk Hogan tonight, and who will be Roddy Piper? He said Hulk Hogan. He thought he brought it back to wrestling. What about Lex Luger, Ultimate Warrior, Triple H, Undertaker, Doink the Clown, Bob Backlund? You understand? The Brooklyn Brawler. You know what I mean? The Blue Blazer before he passed away, Owen Hart. He threw it back. All right? TNT, Tyson slapped him earlier. Yeah, I seen that. I thought that was staged, man. That looked so staged. That looked staged, man. I'll be honest with you. You understand? Them building this thing up is all business. And they doing a good job at it too. You know what I mean? G Swole says, I see how you deal with a bully in the Tyson fight live going at the same time. What are you referring to? We're not talking about bullying. That's tomorrow. That's set for tomorrow. Today is the 15th. Trying to see that schedule with video. Yeah, that video is for tomorrow. Xavier said last fight was an exhibition with Roy Jones. We're talking about professional, not sparring matches. Professional. Nicole Martin mentioned the last fight. It was Evander Holyfield, which means that's professional on a professional tip. We went to Box Rec, the last fight, professional. Professional. Was with Kevin McBride. Right? Nicole Martin says, I sure would try to fight. I bet you would. Ah, man. You step in the ring, a lot of people don't know how it is. You know, you go to the fights. I went to the Golden Gloves. My first fight was in the Golden Gloves. Wow. Talk about, I wasn't nervous, but you get tired quick, mentally. You understand? Somebody said Andre the Giant. G Money says, who says, Hearts, I guess you meant Hearns and Hagler and Ray Leonard, Hearts and Hagler and Ray Leonard and Hearns. I think you mean Hearns on the first one. You said, well, Ultimate Classics, it was history in the making and will go down in the record books along with Duran and Leonard fight as the greatest in history. It's possible. You know what I mean? But my favorite fight that I like to watch is Gotti and Mayweather. You know what I mean? I watch that. Not only for entertainment purposes, but, you know, studying the accuracy of Mayweather and the timing. Although Gotti was washed up, he was, you know, drinking a lot, partying a lot and stuff like that. But Mayweather was just flawless in that fight. He said, just have the ambulance waiting on me in the fighting ring. Will do. G Swole says, I wish I was able to watch that fight with my pop when he's a big boxing fan. All right. Why this thing be doing that? Let's see where we at. Okay, what's up to Super Art? Shout out to you. Hope all is well. So we're in the ninth round of Mario Barros and Ramos. You know what I mean? Good fight. Not a problem at G Swole. It was up, but he got switched. Nicole Martin says biting someone's ear off is not professional. Well, Tyson from Brooklyn, you know what I mean? Tyson from Brooklyn. Wayne Smith from Brooklyn, you know? Shout out to Wayne. You're probably watching. You know what I mean? Tyson from Brooklyn, Wayne Smith from Brooklyn, Zab Judah, you know? I believe Shannon Briggs, Brooklyn. What's up to Brandon? Shout out to you. Henry Ross says, why can't it be Mayweather versus Tyson? It's by weight classes. It's mainly by weight classes and things like that. Although, you know, Mayweather had an exhibition with Logan Paul didn't have much experience. You know what I mean? But I don't think Mayweather would even have an exhibition with Tyson. I think Mayweather had so much respect for him that he wouldn't do that. I wouldn't see what's the purpose of that. That won't really sell nothing. But with Jake Paul and Tyson, remember, it's a business. It's selling. What's up to Known Unknown? What's up to Mona Lisa? Span said, what a fool. Oh, man. What up to D-Ron Harris? Shout out to you. Hope all is well, man. We're just having a good old conversation tonight. You know, waiting the Tyson portion to this fight. I know they're gonna They gonna long draw this thing out and whatnot. We know how they do. You know what I mean? How many of y'all are watching it now? He said Mike was a different kind of animal in his prime. Oh yeah. You know, he was trained by, you know, one of the best, Customato. You know what I mean? He was trained by one of the best. I believe Teddy Atlas was, you know, an assistant coach there. He's a good coach too. I believe Teddy Atlas, he coached at Cops and Kids in New York or something like that. He's a good coach. What's up, the Blue Fox? He says from Kentucky. Kentucky, shout out to Kentucky, man. Good college basketball team out there. You know what I mean? Good college team. All right? He said, does Mike smoke something? I think he smoked weed and eat mushrooms. I don't see what the purpose of that is. At all. Is that fight going on right now? Well, it's a fight on. Then there's another fight. Then after that, after the next fight, after that is Mike Tyson and Jake Paul. You know what I mean? So you got, you know, Mario Barros and Ramos. They fighting right now in the undercard. Anytime there's a main event, there's always an undercard. You know what I mean? G Money says, both fighters have a reputation of fighting like dogs. Tyson has always been a bulldog, but he might get beat down by the young bulldog tonight like a puppy. Again, I hope not. This brawl will go 5. All right. Christopher Span says, Marvin Hagler got robbed against Sugar Ray. Then when Hagler asked for a rematch at a dinner banquet, Ray said he's too old. I believe after he fought Duran. Interesting. Blue Fox, who said UK. Paul said checking in from what is that? St. Croix? I don't know how to pronounce that. TNT says to the fight on. Laura says I don't watch fights, but I kind of wanted to see Tyson and Paul for some reason. Oh. Well, still got time to order it. You know what I mean? I don't know how much it costs, but, you know, there's sites out there that's live streaming it for free. You know, like I'm checking it out for free. Who trained Jake? Well, I don't know that. I don't know that. I don't know that, but we can look it up right now. All right? Who is Jake Paul's trainer? Let's look it up. Doesn't really say. What is it? Theotrese Chambers. As his new head coach, he was paired with Jalen Love. Jalen Love. I believe he's under Floyd Mayweather. You see the business part to that? You see Floyd fought Logan Paul, his brother, but yet one of Floyd Mayweather's fighters is training Jake Paul. You see the business to it? All right. G Swole says, are we allowed to make bets with people on sports? I'm here to talk about just sports. I'm not here to talk about like Bible stuff more so. You know what I mean? I just want to have a good old conversation about sports. You know what I mean? But for the most part, Gino preaches against that. You know, with the gambling and playing lottery and stuff like that. Although it's tempting. You know what I mean? It is tempting among a lot of people. Christopher says, you like the classic Sugar Ray Leonard versus Duran match. I mean, you know, it's cool. It's cool. I'm more so, like I said, I'm more so like the Mayweather when he first started out. I mean, the old fights is fine. But I like that Mayweather era when he was first coming up. Whereas though I watched more of those fights and was more in tune with those fights. Acts 238 said Tyson is finished. They blowing it up for money purposes. Tyson will get smashed if he performs like he did against Roy Jones. Ah, y'all funny. Y'all is funny tonight. Christopher said, you says one of the biggest lines in boxing. Any excuses tonight, Roy? Wow. Well, the thing with Roy Jones, I think he should have. I don't think he should have took that fight. You know, but it was okay to watch. But if, like you said, if Tyson performed like that, then he's going night-night. You said, what time the fight start? Listen, I don't even know where you're at. I could say 11 o'clock. You could be in California. It depends where you at. You know what I mean? The fight's been started at 8 p.m. It's 9:51 over here. All right? Brandon says that Jones Tyson fight was, what is that, trash? Oh yeah. For sure. All right? He says, I'm on the East Coast. Well, I'm on the East Coast too, North Carolina. It is 9:52 p.m. So right after the Mario Barros fight, they're in the 12th round. It's the co-main event. Then after the co-main event, it's Tyson and Jake Paul. And I would say an estimate of that would be around maybe 10:45 p.m. Maybe. G Money said Tyson is a heavyweight. We need to be comparing him to the old heavyweight greats like Ali, Ken Norton, George Foreman, and Joe Frazier. Oh yeah. Who's these two I'm looking at in the ring? The name is at the bottom left. Barros and Ramos. Mario Barros fought Gervonta Tate Davis at one point. All right? Pretty decent fight. What's up to Ernest? Shout out to you. What's up to Shelly Moss? Christopher Span says, do you think Prince Nassim could have beaten Floyd? No. No way. Would have been a good fight, but no. I think Emmanuel Augustus would probably beat Prince Nassim. I wasn't a Prince Nassim fan. I remember watching him when I was, I don't know, I probably was like 13. Somebody put him on, and I'm like, I really don't like this guy. You know what I mean? I really don't like this guy. Is Tyson opponent a giant? No, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say Jake Paul is a giant. Let's look at it. Excuse me. So Jake Paul is 6'1". Yeah, Jake Paul is 6'1". They're about almost the same in height, possibly. Maybe 1-2 inches off. You know? All right. You says well, that's on you, Trey. That's on you. I wouldn't recommend betting, especially your rent money. Wow, is it that serious? You bet your rent money on Tyson? Man said rent money. He ain't say your savings. You know what I mean? You ain't go at least take out a loan somewhere to place a bet. You said your rent money. Wow, you could have did some Uber, some Lyft for the past 2 or 3 weeks to get that up. You decided to use your rent money. Wow. It's your priority. You gotta get the priorities straight, man. You gotta get your you gotta get your priorities straight. You know? So if you happen to lose, sayonara. It's back to mommy couch. Huh? It's back to mommy couch. Call your mother. You know what I mean? Tell her to get that couch ready. All right? Lamar says, hello. He said, this how new boxers get more money. I agree. I definitely agree with that for sure. Shelly Moore said, these guys are bloody. That's how it is. You know, it's a dangerous sport. Dangerous. You know, I remember them days. In my lifetime, I had probably 3 black eyes, broken nose, busted lips, loose tooth. You understand? They can get ugly. But hey, we made it out. And we still here. All right? What's up? What's up to Mercy Carr? Jackson. Gladys, shout out to you. Thank you for tuning in. You know, joining this live commentary. Who came to compete with Mayweather? Good question. I would say Castillo. Castillo came close the first fight. And the second person I would say De La Hoya. Not Madonna. You know what I mean? So Castillo, I think Castillo, the first fight, Castillo won. I thought Castillo won the first fight against Mayweather. You know what I mean? Listen, Zab Judah could have won. But he got tired fast, so. But the closest was Castillo. All right? Fleming says, viewers are all hyped up. I'm sure the fight most likely fixed. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So, you know, boxing has turned into more so of people being business-minded, being smart. You know what I mean? No, listen. You can look in your state. You can think about what state you're in now. Who are the top amateurs y'all know? You know what I mean? Who are the top amateurs in your state right now that you know? You don't. You know what I mean? You don't. Okay. Do anybody know who won the Golden Gloves open class in your state? No. Nobody know. You know what I mean? Do anybody know the international boxers and the amateurs in your state? Nobody knows. You know what I mean? So now, it's like, what's the point? When you get on social media, just make something happen like how Jake Paul did for $40 million. A fight. You got boxers out there who've been boxing since they was 8 years old. 8. Done traveled the world. Once they turn professional, they don't really make no money. When you got Jake Paul, he ain't fighting the amateurs. Smart, business-minded man. You know what I mean? Brandon says, whoever when they both win, bet that cash out looking real nice. Oh, yeah. Jackson 5 says, who you betting on? I don't bet. I don't bet. You know what I mean? Christopher Sparring says Castillo won was a battle and he won. For sure. G Swole said, you think Mayweather versus Pacquiao was just a money grab when I believe that match was the highest pay-per-view ever, and to be there live, the price was ridiculous. Well, I mean, with any fight they have, it's about money, business. You know what I mean? Not more so. A lot of them don't love money, but if you put your life on the line, you want to get your money's worth. You know, and that fight was a long time coming in general in the boxing world. You know, so I wouldn't say it was a money grab, but you know the fans wanted that fight to happen wanted that fight to happen for a long time, and they made it happen. G Money says, I bet the average ticket was 1,500 for an obstructive view seat and 15,000 for a ringside seat. He says people in attendance just want to throw money away, and in the end, it's like being at the Grammys. Hmm. What do you say if a person is like a millionaire? Remember, you got basketball players in there who make $50 million a year, 20 million a year, and then 15,000 ain't nothing to them. So what do you say about that? You know, I mean, of course, they're going to jack the prices up, but to a millionaire, that's 15,000 is nothing to them. You know, for folks like us, 15 grand, huh? You mean? Put that down on the house. You know? All right. Mercy Carr says, well, you're still standing strong, brother. That's a blessing. I must say, the TLG family is blessed to have you. Keep keeping us in line. Amen. Appreciate the encouragement. Christopher Span says, the second fight against Floyd Castillo lost. Yep. Fleming says, before you became a Christian, did he ever place a bet on a fight, and was there great dividends? No, I never bet on fight. I never betted on a fight. Never. But there was one time, it was a Super Bowl. And when you bet on these online websites, it's like, you could bet on, okay, this quarterback, are they going to throw 2 or more touchdowns? You know what I mean? And I was going to put some big money down. Big money. Because I knew the quarterback was going to throw 2 or more touchdowns. But I didn't do it. Man, he sure threw like 4 touchdowns. You know? So I don't bet before on fights, and I don't bet now. Although stuff like that could be tempting because you have a little knowledge in certain things. You're like, man, I could, I can get this, but I mean, I'm trying to get it the right way. You know what I mean? And if anybody like my man say he's gonna put his rent money up, why don't you put that money in the stock? Better put that money in stocks. You know? What's up to Robert Tucker? Shout out to you. Fleming says some people saying that long-awaited fight is canceled. What do you mean? G Swole says so. Boxing is like the WWE then. In some ways, yes. In some ways. How old is Mike Tyson? I believe Mike is 58. I believe Mike Tyson is 58 years of age. You know? Let's see. Yeah, 58. His birthday is June the 30th. He was born in 66. Art of War says, I never bet on fights or gamble either. For sure. For sure. You know what I mean? Henry Ross says he probably don't have a woman because he's putting up his rent money. Ah, man. That was a good one. That was a good one. Wow. Um, so they got Jake Paul talking. I think the fight's gonna come on like 11, man. We're gonna be sitting here till about 11. They prolong it a little bit. Hope the next bout go by a little quicker. Fleming says, I think they confused about it being canceled. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You says, Shelly Mars says, why is he in the ring? Must need the money. Well, I mean, I think Mike need the money. Mike has a good podcast. He has a good podcast going. That's doing great numbers. But of course, if somebody offer you $20 million for an 8-rounder, you know what I mean? 8 rounds, 2 minutes each. I mean, who's going to turn that down? You know what I mean? If you like a legend. Remember, Mike was in some debt with the IRS. He probably done paid that off already. Now, he got an opportunity to get, how he was before. But now he's more smarter with his money now. You know what I mean? Look at this guy. He come in talking about who winning. Man. He just come in. Who winning? Wow, he ain't read no comments. Nothing. Nothing. Said, who winning? Brandon says, I used to have a gambling problem. I used to have a gambling problem. It's really addiction like any other. Wow, that's deep. That's deep. Shelly Moss said, this guy he fighting is younger. Yes, 27. Let's see, who got deleted? G Sports says, do you think boxing was ever about winning, not about the money? When I feel like boxing back in the Ali prime days to the 90s was about winning. Well, yes and no. Yes and no. Because you gotta understand, there are fall guys in boxing. What are fall guys? You know what I mean? You got matchmakers in boxing. A lot of people don't really know that. You understand? You got the promoter, you got the matchmakers. The matchmakers make the fights. You understand? So if you got amateurs out there who go to them champ Olympians and stuff like that, and you got this big time promoter who's gonna put his money into this amateur fighter to sign professional. So once this guy becomes professional, they're not gonna stick him in there with no elite fighter. Mainly, they're going to stick them in there with fall guys in the beginning. What is a fall guy? All right, somebody who's struggling to find a job, whatever the case may be. All right, you get your professional license. We'll pay you $2,000 to be on the B side to lose. You know what I mean? We pay you $5,000. You understand? Some of them guys ain't got no money. So somebody coming to you, like on my Facebook, they got this little group. You know what I mean? Offering people boxing matches, matchmakers and stuff like that. That's who makes the fights, matchmakers. You know what I mean? How do I know? Because it almost happened to me. You know what I mean? You can pick and choose who you want to fight. to build yourself up. All you got to have is this. You know, they say, listen, brother, over here, you go to Box Rec, you see people records. Okay, I want to fight this guy over here. How much you want to be to take the fall? Even back in the day. You know what I mean? A lot of them were struggling to get money. So another way to get money is boxing, right? So if a promoter offer you who's struggling with money, a couple grand to be the fall guy, you know what I mean? And you got to sign a contract, you know? So it's about business, not winning and losing. More so it's about business. It's messed up, but it's boxing. It's messed up. You know what I mean? All right. They talking right now. You got Michael Irvin, Jerry Jones, Cedric the Entertainer. Wow. All right, where we at? Man, listen, bro. What's up, the sunshine? Shout out to you. Shelly Moss says, I bet are playing the draft sports cards tonight. He said, wait, these are women getting ready to fight? Yes, women. Yep. They're pretty good. You know what I mean? Pretty good. You know, Layla Ali, Muhammad Ali daughter, she was good. Ann Wolf. You know what I mean? Clarissa Shields, she all right. I just don't like her attitude. But she all right. You know? What's up to MH? Valerie said, just like they did for Haney, they gave him a bunch of fall guys in the beginning. I wouldn't say that, because I knew a guy who turned down a fight with Haney. You know what I mean? He was from Newark, New Jersey. I ain't gonna say his name though. He had a golden opportunity to fight Haney. They came to him, they offered him a fight. Listen, he was good too, but he turned it down. When you got all these, that's another thing. When you got a lot of people turning fights down, it's like, man, sometimes I got no choice but to get a fall guy. Haney couldn't get no fights in the States because of his age at the time. So he had to go to Mexico. A lot of his fights was in Tijuana out there. You know what I mean? So I don't know the extent of the fighters in the beginning, but I do know he fought in Mexico a lot because of his age. You know? All right? But, you know, some people say that. Some people say he also lost the fight in Mexico, but they, you know, paid some stuff off to make his record still look like he's undefeated. I mean, who knows? G Swole says, do you think Don King was really stealing money from boxers like Tyson? Yes. 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 Promoters can do that. Promoters do that. You know what I mean? I believe Tyson spoke about that. You know? Tyson spoke about that one time. It can happen. You know, because they have to be careful. You got to read the paperwork that you're signing. You know? All right, G Money. Are you talking to Brandon? What's up to Paulette? Shout out to you. What's up to Jacqueline? Shout out to you. Shelly Moss said, Jerry Jones, he must be 90 years old. Oh, man, that's funny. He said, Jerry Jones is 90 years old. That is hilarious. Let's see where we at. Shelly Moss says Mike Tyson's still the champ. For sure, for sure, for sure. So I knew they was going to do this, prolong it. I like the shirt that they had on. They playing like commercials right now. With that Cody. Shout out to you. Hope all is well. Thank y'all for joining us. What time is it? 10:14. G Swole says, why did they let Ali get his boxing license back after turning down the draft to go to war? Well, it has nothing to do with war. It has nothing to do with it. You know what I mean? Boxing license and going to war is two different things. You understand? So if the boxing business, if they know that having Ali in there is going to bring them money, why would they not allow him to come back? Because he turned down the draft. Remember, Ali tried to get into the army when he was young. You know what I mean? So Muhammad Ali tried to get into the army when he was younger. They didn't want to take him. Now he become the champion of the world. Now all of a sudden you want him. Don't make no sense. You know? Shelly Moss says, Mike going to come out like a demon. Fleming said, you probably should have done that other live because they always prolonging these fights for money purposes. I thought about it. But I do know if I get tired, if I'm getting more sleepier and sleepier, I'm turning this off. And I'm going to sleep. You know what I mean? Because that's what it looked like they're doing. So I hope the next fight end faster. It's two females. Pretty good fighters. At the end of the day, let's see where we at. Okay. Let's go through the comments. What's up to D Nicole? Has anyone on here ever boxed? Who boxed before in here? Who did MMA in here? Huh? How many of y'all had a physical fight before? How many of y'all? I gotta take a small intermission right now. Let me take a small intermission. And I want to know who fought in here. How many people been punched in the face before? How many people know what being punched in the face feel like? How many of y'all? How many people in here afraid to physically fight? You understand? Let us know. Let us know. Let me go take this small break while I play something for the Truth of God. I'll be right back. You know what? I gotta mute the fight out because I don't want no copyrights in here. And then we're gonna play the Truth of God right quick.
My children, your children are sent to school to learn. Amen. Perhaps, yes, there was a time that they can stay at the school. Right. Ain't no more days like those. Ain't no more days like those. No. Schools can't make you comply to them. Okay. That's right. And then you got church people. Oh, that pastor, I don't know how long I can stay there and take anymore what he said. Oh, he just too wrong. I go to Bishop Hoopenhopper. I go to Bishop Hoopenhopper because he's, he preached the word. He preached baptism and had the Holy Ghost. That's not the only stuff out here. Our children are faced with reality.
That's right. That's right.
It's a reality here.
Oh, yes.
What would you do? Well, your daughter may come home bleeding from a wound, and when she's not old enough to have purification.
That's right.
What are you going to do then?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Let the child learn in God's house that if a man come to her, if you got a kick, scratch.
So this is kind of going to be a part of what G Swole was mentioning of the topic we was going to do earlier and whatnot. You know what I mean? I can't play the commentary from the fight because of copyrights once again. You can't play the audio. You can't play the video. Even if you play the video with no audio in it, still copyrights on it. All right? So let's keep the comments going. Let's go to it. And do remember, it's greatly appreciated that y'all on here, having these conversations. All right? Let me see. What's up, the Jews? You said the funniest thing Mike can tell Jake is, what? What is that word? Tawi. What? You said after knocking him out. He said, I'm Tawi. Fleming said, your voice already sounds weary. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. All right. Fleming says, and I won. Fleming's fighting? Wow. Valid says it's a loss. It's a loss for Jake Paul, and if he wins, he beat an old man. If he loses, he got beat by an old man. Mercy Carr says, I just fight my husband, brother. Wow. You fought your husband, brother? G. Swole said, true, that didn't make any sense for them to draft a boxing champion for the war, but then I believe a president fought in the war. Well, the whole thing is, like, why wait till he's a boxing champion now to try to draft him? I mean, it's obvious that they, was picking on him because he was, outspoken, about America. You know what I mean? So just imagine if, let's just say if Gino was young and he's preaching and stuff like that, and a war came out and a war broke out. You know what I mean? It's almost like they'll pick on individuals like that. All right? Valor says, I shadow box with 5-pound dumbbells. Understandable. All right? He says, I shadow box with 5-pound dumbbells and you can't. Okay, whoop-de-doo. Whoop-de-doo. Dumbbells? Man, say shadow box with dumbbells. Whoop-de-doo. All right? Mercy said he punched me in the face, but he wished he hadn't did that. Wow, that's crazy. Danny says, I fight the devil with the word of God. Okay, all right. That's cool. G Swole says, I remember Big Brother got a hold um, of some boxing gloves, having me and my big brothers face each other in front of our family. My big brother put hands on me to see stars. Well, hey, we used to do that. You know what I mean? I did that. I did that with my youngest son. I did that with him. You know what I mean? And we also went outside one time. You know? When he was young. And he was all right. You know what I mean? I would have hoped we kept it up, but you know, life gets in the way, and you know, I can't force the sport of boxing on him if he don't want to do that. You know what I mean? But he was all right. But you know, kids, man, they want to do other stuff. Doctor, lawyer, chef, whatever the case may be, you gotta respect that. You know what I mean? But fun times. Right? What is that? Jacque? That's your name? Valid, who cares? You on here. Who cares, man? But you on here listening to us. You know what I mean? I think you off your meds today again. You know what I mean? I know you have your moments. Sometimes you on your meds, sometimes you off your meds. Today's one of them days when you seem like you off your meds. They can either go in the bathroom cabinet, get that medicine, you know what I mean, bottle, and pop one. You understand? And pop one. Did I ever go to your channel? Let me see what's on your channel right now. Oh, you ain't got nothing on here, man. Valid. You say you from Jersey? You look like you look like you from North, man. For real. What was I doing before I was rudely interrupted? What's up, the new work? Shout out to you. Fleming says they are both heavy hitters, right? Heavyweights, yes. Mercy Carr says it was my husband, not his brother. I just forgot to put your name after brother. I'm sorry about that. It's all good. You're forgiven. G Money says at that time Ali did not go to war because of his religious beliefs, point blank. It was purely to his conversion to Islam. And we also got to think about stuff like that. What happens if a war break out? You know what I mean? Like what happened in the Ukraine. You know what I mean? They had to go to war. They wasn't letting you out the country. Unless you was like Vasily Lomachenko. You know what I mean? Or the Klitschko brothers who's from out there. You had to stay and fight. There's nothing you could do about it. If you was a man. Right? So it's like, what would you do if you're forced to go to war? And, you know, you have your religious beliefs. All right, what's up, the Holy Mindset? Shout out to you. Hope all is well. All right. About time, about to start the co-main event. It's 10:30. You just now starting the co-main event. It's 10:30. Man. Let me see something. Let's see something right quick. This fight coming up, Katie Taylor. Let's see where she from. She from Connecticut, or excuse me, she reside in Connecticut. I think Amanda's from, is she from New York? I thought she was from New York. G Swole says, have you saw the video of 50 Cent's boxing with his son? And it seems pretty rough with him knocking his son's head into the wall, even though his son had on headgear, but it still looked like it hurt. Well, hey, you know, if you ever been in a boxing gym, well, I don't think you have, but back in them times in the gym, sparring was real fights. It was real. You know what I mean? It was real fights. And if you was a beginner, coach would throw you in there with somebody experienced. You know what I mean? That's how it was. You know what I mean? Back in my times also, man. So what 50 Cent is doing, hey, somebody out there is gonna keep it will keep rolling on you. You know what I mean? Henry Ross said they just can't force you to go to war, right? I mean, look what they did to Ali. You know what I mean? They try to force him, but that's overseas. That's something different. Remember when the stuff was happening with the Ukraine and Russia, and people was fleeing from the Ukraine, they wasn't allowing. You know what I mean? You had if you was a certain age to fight in the war, they wasn't allowing you to leave. It wasn't allowing you to leave. You know what I mean? That's why I said unless you was like Vasily Lomachenko, the boxer, or somebody famous with money that probably lived out of the Ukraine. You know what I mean? Because they gave him an opportunity to come, or you could leave at a certain time to have your fight. You know, so that's the Ukraine, not the U.S. But if a draft happened over here in the U.S. and you fit what they're looking for, and they send that letter to you, you know, it's like, what you gonna do? D. Nicole says, my father was drafted to the Vietnam War. He had no choice. Wow, I always wanted to know how does that go? Like back in the day, sitting home and you get a letter, you get a phone call, they come to your house. It's like, how does that stuff happen back then when they draft them to the war? All right. You said get unfit. He said get unfit. Mona Lisa says, I was called Little Baby Sugar Ray back. Little Baby Sugar Ray? He says, I never started, but my mama said, if you don't fight back, they coming back. So I handled that, excuse me. He says, not proud, but my story. Little Baby Sugar Ray, okay. Mona Lisa. One Lord, one faith, one baptism. Little Sugar Ray. Shout out to you. Fleming says, it's the weekend. Most people don't have work in the morning. Why are they extending the fight? Money. I know I got work in the morning. You know, I got to get up. 5 in the morning. You know, tired. But I'm trying to push it out. Trying to push it out. You know? Let me see where they at. Man, they still didn't get this co-main event started. They still didn't get this thing started. Wow. Happy Life says Mike Tyson for the win. Not a problem. Not a problem at Frozen Mountain. G Swole said, so should I be thankful for my big brother punching me and my brothers? Well, I can't call that one. I can't call that one. You know what I mean? I mean, if you think that helped you out in some way, whatever, then hey, I can only speak from my experience and what I've seen and what I've experienced. You know, some people don't like getting hit. Some people do. Some people are immune to getting hit. You know? All right. Michelle says the government sent a letter, sends a letter telling you to report to war. The letter was sent to men 18 to 30. If you were the only son, you didn't get the letter. Show up. If not, go to jail or leave the country. Wow. That's crazy. Show up. If not, go to jail or leave the country. Henry Ross says, whatever happened to celebrity boxing match? I mean, it still happens, but it's like more so low key. We'll do at Frozen Mountain. What up to Skynet? Who you got in the fight? I think Jake Paul might edge it out a little bit. Mike. Well, I'm gonna get this thing about. I'm stopping this thing about an hour and a half here. We got about 18 more minutes. You know what I mean? I'm stopping at 18 more minutes. You know? So, if y'all don't have the fight, listen, I don't know. But I just want to go relax. They done prolonged this thing long. You know? Right? It's too much. They did so much prolonging to this fight here. With the commercials, with the talking, all this stuff been prolonged. Wow. Wow. I thought the fight would have been done came on already. You know? Not a bunch of talking and commercials and stuff like that. All right? Oh, excuse me. I'm not here for biblical questions. I'm here just to chill out, just watch it, talk about it, whatever the case may be. Gino talks about, playing sports in one of his videos. Even Gino said, you said watching. I'm trying to remember the video. I think it was recent. Because I don't have no videos clear cut on it, but we did put up videos about watching TV, movies, and stuff like that. He said it depends on what you watch. Depends. You know what I mean? Depends upon what you watch. Because everything on TV is not holy. It could be righteous. Something could be righteous to watch. You know what I mean? Like if you put on, a kiddie educational video of them studying ABCs in 1 through 3. It's righteous. It's boxing righteous. two people beating each other up on a biblical standpoint? I'd say no. But from experience, other people don't know how it feels to get hit and to be immune to it. So it almost feels like it's nothing. Versus if you're just a regular civilian getting hit, you may think it's brutal. But when you become used to and accustomed to it, it's like it's nothing. It feels like nothing. You know? But I gotta be careful when I talk about stuff like that. You know what I mean? But as far as like, you know, going into detail, this is a sparring match with Jake Paul and Mike Tyson. Exhibition. Remember, we was talking about that boxing. A lot of it is just is business right now. They ain't even there for the fight. They just there for the check. You know what I mean? A lot of it is like scripted and all right, you go in the first round, you going to do this, I'm going to do that, and we going to do this and do that. And these days, it's not even real no more, almost, because it's just a business now. Like somebody brought, like back in those Ali times when it was real. Even with the UFC, it used to be real back then. We talking about real. It's like with WWF. It used to be real. You know what I mean? Not even put the Hollywood twist on it. You know what I mean? So let me know. What's the point of training and building a name for yourself to enter a fixed fight? Wouldn't you consider them being prostitutes because he was brought out? Well, that's the thing. If you're an amateur, if you're a amateur boxer, you understand you've been training since you was 8 years old, going to these tournaments, fighting, winning, and then now you become a professional. That's now you're dealing with the business part to it. That's why it's good to learn the business before you even sign a professional contract. You know what I mean? It's wicked. It's crazy. You know? What's up, the Ever Faithful Podcast? I'm DWL. Because you want to sleep and you're trying to hold out. You're having a fighting match with yourself. What is DWL? What is that? DWL. What are you talking about? You bugging. Mercy Carr said that's the way they did my brother, and they became a sharpshooter in the army. Wow. Frozen Mountain says, I guess men in the TLG is going to jail. I'm not fighting with this country. G Swole says, I don't think it was right when he has already Joe Swole, but he called that playing. Wow. Oh, dying with laughter. Oh, yeah. Trying to hold it together, you know? That's for sure. I've been up since 5 a.m. It's 10:43 p.m. You know? I was supposed to be done with my other life already. That's, you know what? I should have did that. I was being hard-headed. All right? But this is good stuff to talk about in general. G Swore says, well, those concussions from chair shots to the head made WWE go softly, especially when they believe Chris Benoit concussion led him to unalive his wife and son. Unfiltered says, I would say I bet $5 on Tyson, but you know I'm a holiness Jesus follower. He said $5. Chris Johnson said the women fight might be the best fight of the night, to be honest. Yeah. Could be true. Could be true for sure. You know? Now, what's going on with the video? Chris John, let me see. So it looked like they kind of stopped the video unless they took a little break. All right, here we go. So we're in round 2 of the co-main event. Soriano and Taylor. 2 women. 2 women going at it. The ladies out there. Do y'all think it's ladylike for women to box or go into MMA fights? What do y'all ladies think about that? All the girly girls out there. What the sisters in holiness think? Is it ladylike to box? Huh? Is it ladylike to do MMA? You know? A lot of y'all girly girl, and you know, make sure your nails in order and your hair's intact. You don't want to get sweaty, and you don't want to get punched in the face and put in the arm bar. You know? You don't you don't want that. Skynet says, I want Mike to knock Paul. Well, I don't know about that H word. You gotta watch that stuff. He said, absolutely not. Flemmer said, do they have husbands and children? Oh, man, it's funny. He said, do they have husbands and children? Hilarious. Some of them do. Some of them do. Oh, man, that was funny. That was funny. Oh, man, hilarious. You're funny. All right. Let's see. See if we can find that. Amanda Soriano. Let's see where we at the comments. What's up, Rashida? Shout out to you. G Swole says, are they real women? When I heard they had a Skittles woman face a straight woman in boxing, I believe. That was not the pros. Was it the pros? I think it was the pros. On this level, these are real women. On this level. We talking about on this level. But they had a woman who you know, lived her life as a man, and she wanted to box men. You know what I mean? And somebody gave her the business. I can guarantee you won't step in there again. You know? It's a cat fight. Sandra Whitman says, no, not at all. Keep holding this holy. What up, Dwayne? Shout out to you. Social media. Fleming says, had to wake you up. Oh, I'm still sleepy. I'm still sleepy. I'm still sleepy. Man. We trying to toughen it out. Trying to toughen this thing out for sure. The fight that went off. What happened? We don't know what's going on with the video. Skynet says if Tyson loses, people might try to punch him for the rest of his life. Well, I don't know about that. He's still a dangerous man. G Money says wrestling ain't never been real. I used to go see live wrestling when it was called big time wrestling. Most sports are fixed nowadays anyway, including the Super Bowl and the NBA championship. That's funny. Let's see what we had. Okay. Social media currency. So I don't know what's going on my end. I was going to try to stay up, but the fight is off. I don't know what's going on. You know what I mean? So I might have been saved by the bell with this one. So I'm gonna wait a little bit more longer to see if the video comes back on, because now they're not showing it no more. Fleming said you like drama. You're talking to social media currency. Sounds like you're coming down with a cold. Well, no, I'm not. I got my central air on. I blasted the way as though it's freezing. You know what I mean? That's the way I like it at nighttime. So my nose may get stuffy from that. May start coughing a bit, but I like to sleep like that. Put that central air on nice and cold at nighttime and snuggle under the blanket. You understand? All alone. You know? Fleming says, so Tony, they were right. The fight was canceled. Well, I'm not saying that because I saw Jake Paul getting ready. I'm just saying from the website I'm watching it from. They turned it off. You know, from the website that I was watching it from. It's not on. Shelly Moss says, you see Mike Tyson had no clothes on his behind. What do you mean? You talking about during the weigh-in? He said they probably took off with offering and money. That's why it's taking too long. Fleming's got jokes tonight. Fleming's got jokes. Fleming's got jokes today. I'm gonna be knocked out tonight. Mercy Carr said, well, you don't need no hot tea, brother. Tony, to help you sleep. Nah, I'll be fine. Brandon says, fighting a good fight. Sleep always wins. You're right. You're right. No, on top of that. Oh, here it goes. It's back on. Good. All right, it's back on. All right, we got it back on. It's the third round. Taylor versus Soriano. 2 women fighting. Pretty decent fight. Pretty decent fight. 2 women fighting. Wow. They're getting busy. G Swole says, I don't agree with women being in a contact sport when I believe it's a sign they could be a skittle. When I had a girlfriend that took basketball serious and ended up being a skittle. Well, not all of them who are in sports result to that lifestyle. I mean, look at Leila Ali. Beautiful woman. She's married. She got kids. She's a prime example. You know what I mean? So a lot of them are skittles, but there's also others in sports, women in sports that's not. That's really ladylike. You know what I mean? But I can understand your point. You know? What's up to Raymond? Shout out to you. Chris says Mike's son was interviewing him a couple of minutes ago and he had on a thong. Well, I didn't see that part. And I ain't trying to see that. Fleming says, why is 99% of his comments about Skittles? Oh, man. Fleming's got jokes tonight. Flemings, you just one after another. Wow. D. Nicole says, one of those girl fights, eye is bleeding bad. Trying to see. You're looking. They in the clinch. All right. A lot of holding going on. It looked like it could be Soriano's. What's up to HVT? Shout out to you. Hope all is well. What's up to the scripture have said? Credit ye sell. You said headbutt, Raymond? Uh-oh. G Swore said, you're right. When I heard a WNBA player team got mad at a player for getting pregnant. Wow. That's crazy. That is crazy right there. All right, HVT said Tyson better KO this fool. Paul, it's possible. We're gonna take another small intermission. Yeah, that looked like a headbutt, you're right. We're gonna take another small intermission right here. We're gonna play some of the Truth of God video, because that's what we do. You know? Where'd that video go? So y'all just kick back, relax. All right? Just kick back and relax.
Chicken say I got. I ain't gonna tell you that. I ain't gonna tell you that. I'm baptized in the name of the Lord Jesus. Yes, I have the Holy Ghost speaking in tongues. That's right. But if you touch my daughter the only way I don't keep you from touching someone else, it's going to have to be from God. Amen. Otherwise than that, you will not touch another human. That's right. Now, Billy Graham ain't going to tell you that.
No, he won't. No, he won't.
Because they got you thinking all they're going to do is grin.
That's right.
No, I keep it real.
That's right.
I'm not up to that point yet.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I ain't up there yet. I'm telling you now. You lay your hands on my daughter, I ain't up to that yet.
That's right. That's right.
A man can respect you better when you're real.
Amen.
God can respect you when you're real with yourself.
That's right. Amen. Give it real.
Are you listening to the man, or the old man?
Go ahead.
I hear folks say that song, wanna be real, wanna be real. Yeah, I wanna be real.
That's it.
About everything. Be real about the faults in yourself.
That's
Be
right.
real about where you're not up to, and be real at where you accomplish.
Yeah.
Don't just focus the good in yourself. Look at the evil in yourself too.
Go ahead.
I didn't say it was God's will for me to work on it.
That's right.
That's not God's will.
No, God forbid.
I'm letting you know, God forbid.
That's right.
Glory to God. Yeah.
That's right.
I'll tell you the truth of it.
That's right.
God said, thou shalt not kill. That's for me too.
That's right.
It's easy for you to say, I can never kill no one. You can't talk unless you're faced with the right circumstances.
Amen.
Then talk.
Amen. Keep it real.
Keep it real.
That's right.
You walk around here jumping and shouting, the eyes rolling back. You better keep it real when them eyes come back.
That's right.
You ain't gonna find those sisters jumping and shouting with some old toothless man is trying to grab and snatch you in the car.
That's right.
And you come outside and see your girl's feet just fighting.
Amen.
We back from our intermission. Let's get back to these fights. It's the 7th round. 3 more rounds. Finally. Getting down to the nitty gritty. Colin says, interview Tyson with his cup on. Wow. Raymond says, tell you this, a woman hitting man should not want to hit one of these women. G. Sword says, but for some reason she's getting bothered by my questions. Well, hey, man. What up, Jen? Shout out to you. Hope all is well. What's going on? How I go from the 7th round to the 5th? Unless I made a mistake. That 5 was like a 7 at one point. All right. It's one of them nights. One of them nights, just kick back, chill out. You know what I mean? In general. We at the hour and 38, 39-minute mark here on this channel. You know? And we getting to that point, man, that we might wrap this thing up. It says 7th on my end. It says 7th on my end at one point. You know, unless I'm bugging. You know, this sleepiness is kicking in. Definitely. Yep, see, look, it says 7th on my end. I don't know why I keep saying that. It had number 5, then it had 7. It had 7 on my end. I don't know. Oh. Jen says 7 on my end too. See that? Raymond says I'm struggling too. Craig says round 9 starting on my end. Wow. I saw 5, I saw 7. Then y'all saying 9. Wow. I am struggling. You know what I mean? I'm trying to hold on. I'm trying to hold on. Trying to hold on. Y'all pray for me. You know? Seriously. Let's see where we at. He said, "What going on?" I don't know what's going on. they had the rounds mixed up. It seems like they got Taylor winning. Really? What's up to Sylvia James? Shout out to you. He said, "Get up, Craig." Oh, man. Dina Cole said, "Looks like the girls are done fighting now." Well, they're in the 8th round right now. I think Soriano looked like she's taking this round 8. Just looked like it. Possible. We'll see. Mercy Carr says, "If you can, brother, everyone should understand when sleep is hitting you hard, you just can't fight it." You're right. You're right. And I know they're going to prolong till they put Tyson on too. I know they're going to prolong that probably about 30 minutes. You know what I mean? So we coming to a conclusion. You know? We're coming to a conclusion. So if you got any last closing remarks, you know what I mean? This has been one of the most, if not the most long, drawn out, a bunch of talking to prolong the main event. Right? Oh, she got a bad cut. That is a bad cut. Wow, that's a bad cut right there. That's crazy. That is a terrible cut right there. That is terrible. That's from a headbutt? Wow. That's a terrible cut right there. And you gotta still keep fighting through that. Imagine that. Those out there who never, been in situations like that. You got to still keep fighting, even with a cut like that. And that Katie Taylor, she's trying to attack that side. Wow. They having a good fight though, I tell you that much. It's good exchangement, it's good back and forth. A lot of endurance, a lot of heart. You know? Who we at? He said, you're so drawn out, Tony. He said, we're coming to a conclusion. He says, no blood hitting the floor. It's still a terrible cut, though. That's a bad cut right there. You know what I mean? When the camera zoomed in on it, that's bad. You said, shorty tough. The Great says, but when you in there in the zone, you really just don't feel that cut no more. You forget it's there until you get into the locker room. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So after this fight, we're going to conclude it. And the next bout is Tyson. They're going to probably take a long time to get there. But it's time for me to go to bed because of work in the morning. You know what I mean? So after they finish up their fight, we're going to shut it down. And I hope y'all enjoy the rest of whatever y'all watching or whatever the case may be. Because we ain't going to be up here until about 1 in the morning. I'm not going to do that. No way. I'm trying to get some rest for work tomorrow or whatever the case may be. I didn't know it was going to be this long. All right? So after they finish, we're going to shut it down. Hey, prodigal son, you using profanity, man. You're a moderator. Why you acting like that? You're a moderator. Why are you using profanity? Huh? I mean, you use profanity right in the chat room and you're a moderator. Wow. That's not your first time doing that, I don't think. Nah. You never heard me play around with no type of profanity word ever. I don't curse, period. Wow. He done woke me up. He done woke me up. This man is a moderator and you sat there and used profanity. Wow. 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 Now you got ministers and you probably got Gino watching this and you saying that and they're going to look at me like, he let his moderators curse? I get the blame for stuff like this. Wow. Wow. Hey, Brandon Briggs, you got a point. You know what? Nah, I don't think it's parallel to what you did, prodigal son. Because I think Gina was talking about Williams. How Williams was talking about witches. But the B word slipped out while he was preaching. But your A word didn't slip out. You're not talking about a donkey in the Bible. Prodigal son, you're forgiven. We have a forgiving heart over here, man. Uh-oh, you done started Flemings now. Uh-oh. You done started Flemings now. Uh-oh. I know some people who ain't talking. They in the background laughing. They cracking up right now. I know some people cracking up right now in the back that ain't talk. All right. Raymond says, don't put your gloves on. What up, brother Brian? Shout out to you, hope all is well. Let's see where we at. I'm all good, you know, just a little sleepy. Well, not a little sleepy, a whole lot of sleepiness is weighing on me right now. I'm very, very sleepy. And the fight is over with the woman. So we're going to close it out. If I got any last closing remarks to this, we're going to close it out and whatnot. Once again, I didn't know it was going to be this long, this drawn out. Otherwise, we would have been played the fight. I'm thinking the fight should have been played maybe an hour and a half ago. You know what I mean? If they would have removed all that extra talking, it would have been over by then. Right? So we're going to close it out. Has a fighter ever lost their sight due to him getting hit so hard? Well, it's not about getting hit hard in a real fight. You got to understand, when you're training, it's wear and tear. When you're sparring, it's wear and tear. You know what I mean? I wouldn't say I lost my sight one time, but it was double vision. And it wasn't even a hard shot. It was a good place shot. You know what I mean? So I had double vision in this eye. You know what I mean? For about probably about a good 16 hours, I had double vision. I was seeing two of everything. You know what I mean? I got the phone up. I was seeing two phones. I was seeing, if it was a bus riding by, I saw two buses in this eye. You know what I mean? So it could happen. But it slowly, came back in place by itself. You know what I mean? So it's not really the hardness of the hit, it's the placement. You know what I mean? Fighters and, martial arts artists, they know certain points of the body where to hit and where to submit and things like that at. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I got hit hard. I've been hit harder than this before. Next thing you know, I started, right off the bat, started seeing double vision. You know what I mean? Taylor won. Wow. Brother Brian says, I want to be baptized. TruthForGod.com, man. Appreciate that, Sylvia. What up to Nicholas? Shout out to you. Just curious, will you be at headquarters at the end of the year services? It would be a pleasure meeting up with you once again. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Right now. Lord willing. Have you seen a double Dutch bus? No, I haven't. I don't even know what that is. Have you got hit so hard you saw stars? Well, again, it's not about getting hit hard. It's not about that. You know what I mean? Some days it might not be your day. Some days you might be in the gym where as though your body wants rest. You know what I mean? And you get hit with a certain shot. I saw black. I remember one time I'm sparring this kid. He I think it was like a 2 or 3 time Golden Glove champ. He called him like an overhand. It's like 2 overhand rights. It's like boom. Saw black, but I didn't drop or anything. I was in the same position. Well, it was just black for like 3 seconds. You know what I mean? It was just blackness. So some people see stars. I saw blackness. You understand? But at the end of the day, you still gotta stay focused. You know? Right? Appreciate that Mercy Car. Shout out to you. Hope all is well. Absolutely. It said the lights flickered. All right, we're gonna close this thing out. Hope everybody enjoyed the fight. I'm sleepy. I'm tired. You know, we about to go. God bless to everybody out there. Lord willing, we'll be on tomorrow. I'm thinking about having like a biblical conversation tomorrow. I'm trying to think of a topic. So we might have a biblical conversation tomorrow. We might. I don't know. Might. Again, might have a biblical conversation tomorrow. Truthforgod.com, truthforgod.com. All right, so God bless to everybody out there. Hope everybody gets some wonderful sleep and whatnot. I'm Tony Harvin of the Tony Harvin Network. May you all have a blessed and wonderful night. I'm out. Peace.